I shall be your shield.
Blessing upon friends!
Hell, it's about damn time.
We are steadfast in the face of peril.
Don't underestimate a Nephilim.
Stormwind honors those who serve.
This is only the beginning of our journey.
My wrath shall not be quenched.
Your deeds bring honor to us all.
By steel or fang, we will prevail.
Not even death can save you from me.
This could be the last fight. We'll see what happens. Here comes a big grapple bomb, catching so many members. Down goes Misha, down goes Rexar, and Anduin. Deep Cherrywood is next. Down goes Varian.
Tesla Garrosh, yes you can. APOC coming out. There we go. Big combo. Ring of Frost in the backline, catching 3. The Deathwing coming up from the heavens.
King back to the front. But anyone is kind of zoning in the backline, but with Traxx arriving, this fight is over. The Malta Breath to finish the job.
Mark onto Ruffian in the back. Here comes the mech explosion. Acid. Oh, down goes Brightwing. Down goes Sonya, and it's bad news being stuck into that slowing sands. Down will go May. Down goes Varian. It's a quad kill for Clouded Minds.
Beautiful silences coming out from the Elrac. Really amazing.
Gonna have to swipe to give them a little room. Crushing Jaws catches 2. Big damage. The pull from Anduin almost gets Greymane out, but it's not quite gonna be enough to get.
Beautiful sound coming out from the Varian once again. Mazino kind of in trouble right now. He dies, not having his souls.
Oh, but Anduin is under assault there. As Dexter gets in, gets the kill, now trying to get away, but takes a Furious out, now jumping back in. Dexter dancing all over this fight, gets the triple kill, and looking for more against Yatre.
Looks like Red Team is doing triple kill.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Weenus, and I'm joined this evening by the wonderful, the glorious, the very, very handsome Tetcher. Tetcher, hello!
Hi, how you doing? I'm excited for today's games.
Me too. We have entered playoffs for many divisions, but tonight we are into Div D West. We have the top seed Clouded Minds versus the bottom bracket number 8 seed Lowered Expectations. Who knows? You can have an upset at any moment, so I'm excited to see what these two teams are going to bring tonight.
Absolutely, it's always possible to make a comeback. Like you say, they're the number. Are they number 8? Oh, they were tied with Team Crap Yourself.
Yes, so they're tied, and I
there
think the tiebreaker puts them at 8, but it's a little bit differently ordered on the website. So I believe that the bracket is right.
Makes sense. Well, Lowered Expectations did score 4 dominations this season, which is still really, really good, considering there are 4 teams below them, meaning that they, in theory, dominated every team who is below them. I mean, they still have a lot of potential and power behind them. I'll have to see if they can turn that into an upset and potentially hand Clouded Minds their first loss of the season, not just in series, but in terms of maps.
Indeed, indeed. I know there were a couple teams that withdrew, so that might factor into that a little bit as well. But, you know, it doesn't matter what your score was going into the regular season. You've made it to playoffs. It's single elimination. It's do or die. And it doesn't matter if you've won, you know, all your games or just, you know, very few, because here's where you need the win. And we'll see if these teams can get it. Let's take a quick look at the maps. I know these teams are in the lobby and they're ready to go. Skycake, thank you for the 69 bits. All right. Bits. So Clouded Minds are the higher seed, so they chose hero pick. Map pick going over to Lowered Expectations. Lowered Expectations banned out BOE Towers of Doom. Clouded Minds banned out Braxis and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And Lowered Expectations is taking us to Volskaya for map number 1.
Volskaya Foundry, solid map to start on. Very rarely going to be a bad choice. It opens a lot of stuff up for stuff like Zul'jins. where you can have a lot of fun stacking off the objective. The solo lane in this lane is the bot lane, so you can have a lot of fun down there in the early game and try and get one over on your opponent. And of course, it has some of the best mercenary fights because of that big healing camp in the center. And I don't really remember how Jeff Goldblum sounds, so we're going to see if Lord Expectations find a way.
I think I have that on the soundboard somewhere, although it's probably lost. I have the, that's pretty cool. Oh my goodness. No. This isn't what we ought at all. Okay. Well, maybe we'll find that later. But yes, thanks everybody for hanging out and being here in chat to watch. We got 420, Skycake, Geo, Lich Queen are hanging out. Thanks for stopping in. First ban and pick from Lowered Expectations, and they're going to ban out. Excuse me, second ban. It's just going so fast. I thought that was the first ban, but targeting Casey's Diablo. Wow, look at them go.
They are just power running through this, but it does make sense removing that Diablo. It is tied in Cloud & Mind's top picks, tied with Deathwing, Deckard, Stukov, and Tychus, which is basically a team on itself, but a little bit of spread. But it looks like they're just trying to target ban out KC here. Gonna be a little difficult though, because KC has 100% win rate on every tank, including Muradin, ETC, Johanna, technically Deathwing if they wanted to be saucy, so they've got options here, and Varian of course.
Indeed, they do have a 100% win rate on all the heroes they've played because they have not dropped a map yet. Clouded Minds in this season is 22-0. Lowered Expectations 9-14, so they are the underdog in this race, but I kind of like rooting for the underdogs a little bit, although we will be unbiased. With Varian on the Dingo and Dexter picking up Orphea.
They're really trying to choke out Clouded Minds here. They're trying to choke out KC, but they've kind of run out of tanks to back. We are just going to see Clouded Minds take the risk and just leave their tank until the later picks, because they still have ETC and Johanna as potential options, but Lowered Expectations now do get the option if they want to try and dictate where they want Clouded Minds to go.
Indeed, maybe they can control that a little bit more. They do have another ban. They could ban out yet again another tank. Fujin, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in. The Div D West. They're gonna target Traxxas's Deathwing. I think that's a good target ban there. Although Ruffian does get their Chromie, and Stukov does. Stukov is picked up by Star Knight, so some heavy comfort picks locked in early already.
Going to see the reverse coming in here. Some target bans of their own, banning the most played hero for the side of Lowered Expectations here. Anduin is removed. Very sensible with a Varian. If Varian really wants to go deep, he doesn't really have an escape tool until level 13, if he even goes that route. Sorry, level 10. So
if you go the route of the route.
Counter it. They're going to pick up Deckard and Kael'thas. That is a lot of siege onto the objective, a lot of follow-up for Varian, so they have the option of Taunt, Crushing Jaws, Flame Strike, which is just death.
Yes, indeed. Trauma Maker, Team Fight Destroyer, indeed. Casey Court is going to be picking up the Anubarak, and Traxxas is going to grab the Sonya. All right, so a very interesting, a lot of dive potential coming out from Clouded Minds early. Ogio says, I'm rooting for the Overdog. And Rackham says, always root for the underdog.
This is the first Anubarak we have seen from KC this season. He has not played it, so expanding that tank pool a bit here. Very cool to see. There is now triple Raged Assassin, all with the ability to try just wipe out the Cocoon and also give Anubarak potentially a bit of a rough time. Tychus is a good counter to Sonya, and they can just kind of leave Tychus in that off lane and just outrange Sonya. Especially once level 7 is hit, where you can either just go for quick wave clear, or extra attack, or extra cooldown reduction on your percentage damage, or the extra armor if you get speared. There's a lot of options here with this Tychus for the off lane. I kind of like it.
We'll have to see as we get into game number 1. We will be right back. See you on the other side.
We'll do it live.
All right. Apparently my overlays are all messed up, but we're going to do it live here. On the left-hand side, we have Clouded Minds with Traxix playing Sonya. We got Trilena is going to be playing that Sylvanas, Casey Court on the new Barak, Ruffian on the Chromie, and Star Knight on the Stukov. What are we looking at on the right-hand side? Teacher.
On the right-hand side, lowered expectations with Dingo on the variant. Dexter playing that Orphea. Malfrex on the Decade Kane. Spudbacks playing that Kale Thas, and that leaves Devo on the Tychus. Remember, triple ranged assassin build here. And as such, Tychus wants to stay as far away from all those engages as possible and has gone for a grenade build instead of the auto attack to try and melt Sonya.
Oh my goodness, already showing that they have the dive potential here on the side of Clouded Minds with that Anubrak. But you gotta be careful, because Tychus might just chew you up. But what do you think about this matchup in the bottom of Devo versus Traxix and a Tychus versus Sonya matchup?
I mean, this is just a safe choice here. Tychus should in no way, shape, or form lose to Sonya here. Just literally play safe, clear the lane. Sonya has no way to clear the lane fast enough to stop Tychus. All you have to do is to not get hit by the spear, which, does dodge it this time. Should be able to trade out. You can see Traxix is trying to put the pressure on. This is actually how you deal with ranged heroes on Sonya, and that is literally just to run them down. That is how you have to deal with it. Play hyper-aggressive and try to hit the trade. Unfortunately, in this case, it is Tychus lands the grenade. You have to auto.
Oh my goodness.
Devo, first blood, cutting it close there. The dash is good, but you're not going to outpace Sonya. You're much better off just hitting her until she dies.
My goodness. All right, getting that minigun value early already. And both teams are going to split off and grab their fortification camps. Try to collect some of the toys and get those rocking and rolling into the next objective or the next team fight.
Casey is taking over bottom lane for just a little bit. Vision gained by Ruffian, grabbing as much XP as possible. Casey is holding together. Went for the Rubian arm, a little bit of spell armor to counteract that Kale Thas, and Dexter going to become a counter kill. The Ruffian bait coming in nicely here. Also, you can tell the Clouded Minds are going for a burst comp of their own. It's Low Blow coming in for Stukov.
Nice. Gonna try to get that extra damage in the silence. And once again, back to the toys. Here's a support camp getting taken by Clouded Minds. They are going to snatch up that biotic emitter and use that at a later date. Yeah, using Chromie as bait though. That tasty little gnome just so looking out there like a snack.
You keep saying toys being picked up, and I'm getting PTSD from Belial again coming in on the Heroes Reddit, trolling absolutely everyone. Ridiculous. We're going to be seeing mana potions coming in for Decade, rejuvenation potion here. Going to try and sustain their way through these team fights that way, which is interesting because Kael'thas has also gone for mana tap. How much mana does this Kael'thas need?
Well, if you plan on using all of it, I guess you need as much as you can get. Oh my goodness, these default overlays are ugly. I apologize. I had to reinstall my game because it was lagging, and I forgot to re-enable that. There you go. It's okay.
Unlucky.
We'll get it going for next game.
Yeah, we will fix. At level 4, we do see the taunt for Varian. No surprise there. Trilena and Ruffian clear it out of siege, and with Merc Queen pushing it very hard. They've also gone for some percentage damage. They're going to give up a little bit of objective percentage just to make sure they have the lanes cleared and hit level 7 first.
Already on the point. We do have lowered expectations ticking away. They do have their potions set up as well, ready to heal on up when the damage comes in. Here's Casey up front. Will get interrupted and set on fire. Will have to back up a little bit, and turrets go down. Going back in, though, trying to get that stun, and they are able to burn down Deckard.
Very nicely done. Very aggressive dive there with a fantastic follow-up by the Sonya to land that spear. Growing infestation for Star Knight as well. Not committing for big zoning. They just want to make sure that they get maximum amount of time on anyone they hit with that low blow. That extra radius on the left arm gives you more damage. Trelena backs away from Dingo, who was looking like they might want to engage, but Star Knight in position and Trelena able to micro away too quickly.
All right, I'm going to try to make an adjustment real quick so that the health bars aren't covered. We'll see what we can do with that.
Nice. What, did you just move the template down?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. Next level. Best strat. All right. Slams coming out. We have an extra bed of barbs for KC here, going for extra slows again to help set up for that lurking arm. Tightness plating, cooldown reduction on the shields, no extra move speed. Those extra slows from the better barbs are going to be their method of choice to try and pick people up. There's the dive, very deep, lurking arm, interrupted by the grenade. But it's not enough to save Kale Fast. Taunt comes out, but Traxix tanking through. Not enough for KC though, the damage output just too high here. They're able to force Cloud9 Minds off the point.
Very nice indeed. Hopefully that reveals some of the health bars for everybody who's watching as we continue to work through this game. And taken back, lowered expectations. They're working back onto this point, getting close to 70%. Do you think Cloud9 Minds can come back and engage on this and take the objective, or are they going to give?
Nubarak is on the way. Sonya can make her way in from top lane. They should be able to make their way on, but Sonya has to dive on first before Anub gets there, because Anub is going to be a tiny bit late. So Traxix going to have to take one for the team. It looks like we're going to see Star Knight take one for the team here. Made it way. Beautiful whirlwind, absolutely eating them. Low blow, and it's a massacre, Wadus.
It's a quad kill going out to Clouded Minds, and they are going to be able to take this point, getting that 100%. They get the first protector as well as all those kills. They hit 10s. 10s are online and ready to go.
Full level lead, pushing in with the protector, slowing Sands, leap coming in as well. They do go mind control, it's full single target, which I quite like. As much as the Wailing Arrow would be so strong here with what looks like to be a very wombo setup for them, in this case, there's only one tank. If you kill it, everyone else is kind of owned. So I like the fact they've gone for that full single target kill, because if they just consistently hit Dingo, then who's going to protect the rest of the team? Cocoon comes out, and they may be going for Dingo right now. Micro comes out, does not have the spell back. This game gets a lot of damage.
Down goes the well, and this combat is continuing, but the protector is getting shredded down to 27% health. Gonna back up a little bit to a little bit of a safer position. No damage taken on the top fort, but that well is confirmed. Taking it down into the mid, maybe get a little bit of damage here, but you gotta be careful because you've got Romy inside, and that's a perfect target to dump on. Oh my goodness, but a quick rotation onto Tychus. Tychus will go down as well as the protector.
Very nicely done. Excuse me. Picking up the kill on that rotation. Tychus was trying to come in to help burn the protector, but the team all moving with the protector here to maximize value. Again, they don't get a fort, like you say, but they got the fountain. That's where the next objective will be, so they can now just try and snowball that into a strong lead. As we're going to see more toys getting picked up. Heal camp for Clouded Minds, and both teams grabbing a turret, although it does look like we're going to see a bit of a delay coming in from lowered expectations.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my damn.
Hot diggity dog. All right, so we are going to see the siege camp getting picked up here on the side of lowered expectations, as well as an invade here on the fortification camp.
Cocoon well known for his Cocoon clear speed, so this will just be capped.
And just like that, Cloud9 Minds are able to steal that turret away. Out comes the mind control. Tychus in a bad spot. Here comes the leap, and there is the whirlwind to finish off Tychus.
Lingering spines now for Star Knight as well. When you combine that with the growing infestation, it really mitigates a lot of that limited duration of 4 seconds on that lurking arm, and allows you just so much value to keep Stukov safe while also getting maximum low blow damage. It's a really solid and incredibly annoying build.
Indeed, indeed. All right. So down talent here, 13s, looking for 13s for lowered expectations. Cloud9 Minds does have the advantage. They did get those kills. They're trying to get a little bit more siege damage down here and set up for the next objective. Are they staying too long?
Control does not land. They're holding. They're gonna dive deep. They don't think they stay too long. Good interrupt on the stay on and listen as Trilada is eating everyone. Can't catch up to Spudbacks though. Spudbacks will live. Odin's gonna be trying to be used for defense here, but with a turret drop, black arrows on the fort will go down. Demo's in full retreat, and they will get Spudbacks in the end.
There it is, another 2 kills, and the bottom fort as their prize. Traxix just leaping in, trying to get whatever comes within range. Not going to connect there, however, but this, you know, still before 13s by lowered expectations. So looking for 16s. We do have a biotic emitter in their inventory, ready to use in this next point, which will be unlocking in the top lane in 24 seconds.
Should be able to get good control of that, but for now, for 1 level, talents are even. This is the opportunity to make their way back into the game for lowered expectations. try and force their way back in. They've got such a good burst combo with the charge, and now especially with that mortal wounds on that very mortal strike, sorry, with the crushing jaws and pyroblast coming in to try and finish the job. If they can get their full engage, whoever they're engaging is probably dead. They may have to force out a cocoon or a flaming swipe just to try and stay alive. We'll have to see if they are able to get what they need.
Indeed. I think with Cocoon and Flailing Swipe, you do have decent de-engage or anti-engage, but we'll have to see if Lowered Expectations can pull off their combo before any of those come out.
Good. Slowing Sands really messing with Dingo. Counter zoning on the other side. Devo move forward. Big dive. Crushing Jaws won't land. And we're going to see that lurking arm in the Nubarak with Acid Stretch Mandibles clean up. Another interrupt on the sleep. Dexter is going to back away and stay alive. Very barely. And Varian, though, nowhere to run. Was in the cocoon. Gets popped. And that is going to be another quadruple kill for Clouded Mines.
Oh my goodness. Team fight so strong coming out from Clouded Mines, and they are just going to rip into this top fort, shutting it down with Sylvanas. And I believe that they won't be able to be interrupted on this top point channel, as they're already 60% in, and we're still waiting for a few members to res on the side of Lowered Expectations. They're making their way up there, but I don't think they make it in time. They're just interested in maybe clearing out this camp.
Yeah, they're going to play a bit defensively. They are down a talent tier. They are down 3 levels or 2.5. They're just going to try and stay alive. That's the plan right now. Stay alive, get those big 16 power spikes for heroes like Kael'thas, and try and turn that into a win as the game goes on. They also have great Protector clear with the bigger they are on Tychus, so they can certainly try their best to try and burn through all this.
Protectors online. We have a Nubarak and Chromie inside the Protector, and they want this top keep, whether they get it or not. They leave Traxix in a different lane to either continue soaking or maybe get some pressure into the mid lane. Looks like they might actually come join for the team fight, but here comes the engage. Dexter's getting some damage in. Here comes the Jaws. Gonna snap down onto Star Knight. Star Knight goes down. Here comes the Stay a While. Stop Trilena. But now here comes the turn. Gotta be careful. Traxix going in onto Varian. Dingo's gonna get on out of there and escape just fine. But a good defense, I would say, coming out from Lowered Expectations.
It's a 1-for-1 trade, and with that comeback XP that they get from being behind, their kill is worth a little bit more value than Clouded Mines. So as such, Clouded Mines is forced to back away. They do get the last remaining fort. They weaken the front wall of the keep, but that's all they're going to get for a while. They've lost their healer, so they can't afford to take too many risks, especially with 16 just around the corner for Lowered Expectations.
Yeah, and when that toaster opens up, when that toaster opens up, you don't want Chromie falling out in front of a bunch of friends with no heals. So, yeah, good idea. They got good value with that Protector. They didn't quite get the keep, which is what they wanted. But they will settle for a fortification camp and mid fort.
If it's a toaster, what type of bread is Chromie?
Chromie's got to be, I don't know. Pamplemousse.
I like it. I like it. All I know is that whatever type of bread it is very crummy.
All I know is if Murky was a bread, it would be fruitcake.
Wait, what? It's a fish.
What kind of fishy bread do you have besides fruitcake? I don't know.
I'm so confused.
Out comes
the
the
crushing
Jaws.
jaws.
Oh, mind control, slowing sands. Oh my goodness.
The CCs. There's a chance. Stay a while.
Nice save. In comes the taunt onto Star Knight. And there's the disengage. But it's caught in the roots. Here comes the Pyroblast, but it's not needed. Down goes Star Knight. Casey Court trying to run away. Does get a 5-person stun. My goodness. And that will grant them the escape. That was a nice stun.
Nicely done. That's going to be another kill going over to Lowered Expectations. They're creeping back. It's 60 kills to 4, but they've turned the XP lead. They're catching up. They're only about 2.25 levels behind, supposed to 2.5. They're creeping their way back in. They're going to try and make that even lower by sieging their way in. They want the support camp. They want some towers. They want KC if they can get it, but that is an immediate turret drop and slowing sands to zone away any hard chase. But that will allow the support camp to go over to Lowered Expectations. Yes.
Yeah, that is definitely a choke point that I do not want to go through. A turret and slowing sands? No, thank you. Cloud of Mines are going to trade out that support camp for level 20. Not going to engage on that at all. So now we have a little bit of cleanup here from Lowered Expectations, and maybe they're going to wait till 20, try not to fight, but I don't think they're going to make it to 20 before the next objective.
2 whole levels to go before level 20, whereas Cloud of Mines already have theirs. Controlled Chaos, Rewind for a Nubrak, gonna make it so hard to kill. Piercing Says, the Dark Lady's Call. We're literally just gonna see Mind Controls get yeeted out at this point to try and catch people. They got like a 15-second cooldown or something insane like that, and ignore pain for track 6.
Oh my goodness. All right. All 3 of the forts are still up for Cloud of Mines, so they do have quite a bit of an advantage there. But as the game goes on, these protectors get stronger and stronger, and you can get more value for each captured objective. A level and a half to go to 20. Lowered Expectations, just trying not to get caught out and clearing the lanes where they can.
Good scout, very nice. No face checking. Dexter keeping an eye out. And it does look like they are going to go for the turtle strat. Just wait in base, get XP when it comes to you, find level 20 eventually, and they're just going to have to fight over the protector. Not try and contest capping it, but have to defend it as hard as they can. It's not unwinnable, it's just very much fighting it from behind. Cloud of Mines, though, they are in full control. If anyone steps out of position, those mind controls or those rewound Nubrak engages could spell the end for Lowered Expectations.
Indeed, indeed. Although turtling is effective for containing your XP, it's not going to help you get the point, and it's not going to help you get any of these turret camps. And look, we have 3 turrets on the side of Cloud of Mines and a Butch setup. Whew, my goodness.
Mercury on top of that, so all those turrets are going to be doing an extra 30% additional, sorry, 60% additional damage. But very smart, Lowered Expectations. Not doing the one thing the Cloud of Mines want them to do, and that is fight pre-20. They're just finding experience where they can. Yeeting down top lane, smart idea at this point. Just grab anything you can. You've got a couple seconds, and then you've got to port back to base. But there's minions up here, there's a tower up here. I don't think they can get the fort, but they're setting themselves up. They're now only half a level away from what could be salvation.
And here's the Hearth back, as they do see Cloud of Mines has picked up the Protector and is making its way down into the bottom lane for this bottom keep. Protector's up for a minute and a half, and we are 17 minutes in, so it's chonky donkey. It's got a little bit of beef behind it, those robot arms. We're going to see Odin popped, and we're going to get into siege mode. Let's see if they can poke it down.
Going to get them a lot of wave clear. Black Arrows has already been burned halfway through its expiration already, so that's going to lose them quite a bit of their potential push, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for these big mind controls. One burned, but you can see it's already 9 seconds away. 15-second mind controls, and they're so close. Trickle XP coming in. Cocoon is dropped. They have to melt through. Tychus getting hard engaged on. Will be the first to blow up. Stay a while. Will land counter kill onto KC to finish him off, but he survives the shield barely as Traxic is deep picking up kills.
Traxic might be in trouble though. Dingo going in. Popping the Protect. Not able to quite get that kill, but down goes a Nubarak. Lena is in a little bit of trouble here. Out comes the Pyroblast, but it will not be enough, and in fact, Orphea goes down.
The Protector finally living up to its name, using the Protector Shield to sustain through the Pyroblast. Level 20 was picked up, but this is now a 4 versus 1 push. And Kael'thas, Master of Flames, is kind of the talent he wants here to try and help clear this. But the Protector still has 10 seconds left. The shield is going down, and Smudback there gets mind controlled, and that will be it. Trelena picking up the engage. That's game number 1 to Cloud of Mines.
There it is. GG's well played. The Protector goes down, and so does the core. 21-5 as far as team kills go. Cloud Mines take game number 1. But we have another game coming up next. Woo!
Woo indeed. That was so close, but that one Cocoon to find Varian. And Tychus did exactly what he should do. He stepped up, tried to help his teammate. But the second the hard engage came out, Tychus was just absolutely destroyed. And then the second it was a 4 versus 5, there was so little they could do. They hit 20 midway through that fight, picked their talents, but it was too late by that point. Everyone was already dead. You can see that 21-5 in the team in the terms of the kills.
Indeed. Indeed it is. All right. Well, we'll have to see what Lowered Expectations would like for game number 2, if they want hero pick or map pick.
Very much so. I'm just having a look at their statistics right now to see if they do have any massively preferred maps. They have a 100% win rate on Garden of Terror across one game. So, possibility there. If they want to try and keep that win rate up, they could try and run through with that. Have to see if that's the route they want to go. They've got some good global soakers like the Falstad in their repertoire, Malthael, Leoric. They could really try and go that route. They've also played a little bit of Asmodad, so perhaps we'll see that sneak its way in.
Indeed, indeed. And I am going to update a couple things here on the back end.
Yes.
So that we can get that going for next.
Overlays.
So we can get that ready for game number 2.
We all stand our Lord and Savior Ali from Ali Obs. They are just absolutely the best. In terms of statistics here, 48,000 hero damage from Trelena there. Just absolutely melting their way through Varian, who was just trying to be the tank, just trying to hold the line. But when you are the sole front line, you eat a lot of damage. And also, there's only you standing between your team and the enemy team. And as such, Casey was able to dive past quite a few times, pick up quite a few kills there, with Deckard being the one to die the least that game.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. All right, so we're going to try a couple things. We're going to see if we can get our observer ready as we need. Okay, looks like we're going to be good there. Excellent.
Boom, sorted.
Also, it sounded a little loud. So I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit. So remember, friends, don't uninstall and reinstall the game, and then get right into a guest. Okay. All right, let me adjust the score as well. Game number 1 is going to go over to Cloud of Mine, so we will update that. There it is. All right. Iggy68 says GG's Cloud of Mind. Looney Tune says Cocoon save Orphea. Yeah, sometimes in your attempt to CC, sometimes it allows you to set up, right? It allows you to set up with your team to get the kill, but it also lets the enemy team kind of prepare their defense as well. And I think we saw an excellent Stay a While and Listen come out to help protect Orphea there. Also, it helps that, you know, it's right up against your wall, so you have a little bit of tower support and things of that nature. Yes.
Yes, indeed. Looks like we have our second map of the day. You can join off of me.
Alrighty. And do you know who picked this map by chance?
I do. It was picked by Clouded Minds, meaning the first pick, first man has been selected by Lowered Expectations.
All right, and we are headed to Infernal Shrines. Here's the map arenas. We do have bans on Braxis, Spider Queen, BOE, Towers of Doom. We played Volskaya, and now we're going to not Tomb of the Spider Queen. Infernal Shrines! Ooh!
I don't know why I could never get the Infernal Shrines map announcer voice right, because I always end up going to the demon on Battlefield of Eternity. The angel isn't dead yet.
I always go to Garden of Terror. My husband is dead! Collect all the shrubberies!
Wasn't that My Husband is Dead the Dragonshire?
It could be.
My husband
I don't know.
is
Her
dead.
husband is just dead everywhere.
Kingdom of his strength.
Her husband's dead in Dragonshire, Garden of Terror. Like, just her husband's getting brutalized. Like, please. Maybe he should get a job where he works from home. I don't know.
Maybe. What about Blackheart's husband? It's not a safe line of work sailing.
That's right. That's right.
You get stuck in a canal. There's so many things that could go wrong.
I know. There's only so many times you can walk the plank before it's your last walking. You're Christopher Walken. Need some more cowbell. All right. I'm going to let them know that we are ready whenever.
I love it. We can get on going. Is this a best of 3 or a best of 5?
Best of 3.
Nice.
So this is do or die for Lowered Expectations to win this next game. I want to see a game 3. I want to see more games tonight between these two teams. We will see. And then I'm also going to switch over to this other, let's see if our overlays are working. All right, now I got to put everything back.
Yay!
Putting things back. Do 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 do.
Right back to our original place.
Oh,
that sounds good, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I always do one thing wrong. Usually it's not this bad, but here we go. I think we'll be a little bit better set up for game number deuce, which we are on right now.
Yeah, well again, it's gonna be Infernal Shrines, Lowered Expectations, picking first, banning first.
Big Chiplet says, who's out here killing husbands? It's a good question. It's a very good question.
It's true. It's true. There's too much, I don't know what the term is. It's not fratricide. I don't know. Patricide?
No, patricide. Yep. That sounds right. But I think it has to be done by a child, though, right? Like your offspring.
Oh, like killing one's own father. Yeah, I don't know what spousicide. Because they're not doing the killing. It's just, I guess it's just murder.
We'll just call it murder. We'll stick to that.
Just because they are someone's husband probably doesn't mean they have a word for it other than, dead.
Murder. And look at that ban coming out from Lowered Expectations, taking away the Sonya. I think that was an excellent call and well-deserved ban from Track 6 Game 1. Once again, we're going with the Azmodan ban from Clouded Minds. Maybe in Alarak as well. Stick to their tried and true bans that I'm sure they've done a lot of research. And there it is.
That's really annoying to play against these days. Just kind of a run it down hero, but still with some decent teamfight potential. So trying to avoid that as much as possible. The Sonya, solid ban. The Tigers did a pretty solid job in the early game, but it was too much to deal with in the late game. Stolen crime!
Crime? It's pronounced Chromie! Chromie a river! And get over it. Spudmax stealing that little gnome dragon. I guess every time I'm like, oh, she's a gnome, people are like, no, she's a dragon. I'm like, okay, all right. She looks like a gnome. They're like, it's a dragon. Read the lore. I apologize. KC Court picked up the Varian, and we're going to see Star Knight on the Stukov once again. So we have the Varian steal. We're switching heroes. It's like I won't say that. It's like a key party. Anduin is getting picked up by Malfrex and Dingo grabbing the ETC.
ETC solid until level 13. The Mortal Strikes from Varian will give ETC a little bit of trouble, but also that currently means the only interrupt for Mosh Pit is currently lurking Arm, so we'll see if they have what other counters they'll bring in for that. Tychus gonna be banned. It was still pretty effective last game, like we said.
Yeah, I think that's a very nice ban coming out from Clouded Minds. They saw what Lowered Expectations could do with it, and it's take it away. Take away the tools of your enemies so that they can't use them against you. I wonder.
Taking stuff away. I expect to lose Deathwing here.
Yeah, it could be. Could be indeed. Oh wow!
Target banning.
Yeah, targeting Sylvanas from last game. Also, I think a great choice. There was a lot of mind controls that caused a lot of agony for Lowered Expectations. So just remove the thorns in your side.
And there's that Deathwing. With Clouded Mind stealing just a relative, stealing the main part of the combo from Lowered Expectations with the Kael'thas Varian, but they're replacing the extra bits with their already good zoning from the Stukov, and now even more zoning from the Deathwing, which they now have 2 more Mosh interrupts with the Gravity Lapse and the whatever the hell Deathwing stun is called. I'm sure it has a name. I don't know it.
It's called the Fiery V, I believe is the term of it. And also with all the CC that is showing early game from Lowered Expectations, pick a hero where none of it will do anything to you. You can't get rooted or stunned by Anduin. You can still get time trapped, right?
Yes. The only things that affect Deathwing are armor reduction, damage reduction, and time stops. So those are the only things that technically will affect him.
I do love the Medivh pickup, though. Maybe we'll see some portal moshes. I think that would be extra spicy. But
you can technically still have your vision reduced. So if you get hit by like Dahaka's isolation or level 20 mind control, you can technically still be affected by that.
Very good. I'll add that to my notes. All right, we're getting into game number 2. Hang tight. We'll be into game number 2 right after this. See you then. Here we go. Game number 2 on the left-hand side. Oh, my overlays are back. We have track 6 on the big bad Deathwing. We got Trill. Lena is going to be on that hippity hoppity, get off my property Lunara. Ruffian is going to be on the KT. Star Knight on the Stukov. Casey on the Varian. What are we looking like on the right-hand side there? Tetcher.
It's low expectations, looking to even up the score. Devo on the Bird, Medivh, Malfrex on the Anduin, Spudmax on the Chromie, Dingo on the ETC, and Dexter on the Cassia. Silly Dingo, that's a cow, not a dingo.
A dingo ate my baby. I'm sure they're so tired of hearing that. I just had to say it once. Never again, we'll see.
Good day, mate. Would you like to come to my rock concert? I've gone British.
I should certainly hope so. Dingo taking a little bit of the frontline damage there. Now it's time to spread out. No one going to find an easy kill right away. We're going to send Cassia Dexter up into the top lane. Looks like we're going to see track 6 wobble their big old booty dragon buns up there. And we'll see an interesting rotation here of a 4-man for both teams. Between mid and bottom, perhaps. Or maybe they'll just leave 2 mid.
Very interesting. This has been Dingo is taking a lot of damage on this rotation. Devo was able to gain some good stacks, though. 8 stacks so far. We're seeing in the top lane, like you mentioned, with Cassia being up there. The other strategy for how to deal with Deathwing, there are 2 strategies. 1, heavy percentage damage. And 2, just getting someone who stacks and just putting them up there in the top with Deathwing and just stacking off him. Because what's he going to do? Dodge?
That's right, a big target, and we are stacking that Thunderstroke. 7 stacks so far. We'll see how that escalates as we continue. A lot of vision being provided here by Medivh, trying to locate where everybody is on the map, but Dingo still getting surrounded. A little bit dangerous. Ooh, and cut off there by the lurking arm.
Very nice power slide. The second the lurking arm expired, just immediately turning around and bouncing away. Very solidly done. Will allow them to escape. We're going to end up with a 2-for-1 in terms of Merc camps, though, in favor of Cloud of Mind as they get control of the bot camp.
All that dodging there and fancy footwork by ETC does secure that camp for them, but Cloud of Mind's fast to act on that bottom camp. Fujin says, "My husband doesn't exist."
My husband doesn't exist. Find me a Tinder. Spudmax's gonna be taunted and goodbye.
No! The big taunt into the lurking arm. A nice blow up there by Cloud of Minds, getting the first blood. Shrine will be active in 25 seconds here in the middle on this big old pointy boy. Whoop.
Very nice.
You gotta be careful when careful when you're Deathwing and then when you land on this point for sure. It's a little questionable, a little sus.
Yeah, it's definitely want to be careful there. This map is very spiky in general, honestly. Rough for a big old dragon. As we do see, interesting pickup here. Holy Reach for the Anduin, going for a little bit of extra root duration. And the extra damage, and extra damage and crit healing from when he lands his roots. Very solid in general, good for potentially some follow-up lockdown after ETC engages. Doesn't affect Deathwing as much, but the crit damage will still come out. Solid play.
Getting a little poke from the Chromie, but it's not going to be enough to sustain the lead here, as Cloud of Minds is sitting on the point. Lowered expectations might have to chase them off, and they're coming in. You get the slide onto the Varian. And in comes Traxix, though. So here comes a big engage onto Malfrex. Cloud of Minds pushing everyone back on the side of lowered expectations.
Very aggressive. There's not really a huge amount that they get lowered expectations. You can just stop this again. They've gone for the single front line. And when you have one front line, your options to stop the enemy just walking past you are very limited. This is the big issue with those compositions sometimes, and we're seeing Cloud of Minds try to abuse this really heavily. They've even gone for a little bit of a defensive style here. Instead of going for the Netherwind from Kael'thas, they've gone for Energy Royal. If they hit a hero with that Gravity Lapse, reducing that cooldown by 9 seconds. Great to use here, because all they really have to worry about in terms of frontline is ETC when that mosh pit comes out. So might as well just make sure you always have Gravity Lapse up.
Indeed, you get so much value when the Punisher jumps on someone and gives that automatic stun. If you can follow up with Gravity Lapse and then use it again shortly thereafter, it really allows the follow-up and blow-up potential for your team to take down heroes quickly.
Heck yeah. So much can be done here. So much potential. We're going to be seeing the Firestorm for Deathwing once that global ability rotation's coming in. Very smart now. They've stopped sending Cassia up to top lane as much, and they've put Devo up here. Once they get those Medivh stack, they're at 23, and honestly, that's kind of the best thing they can do. Just Medivh doesn't clear the lanes exceptionally fast, but you want him to be stacked. That extra damage is all they really have going for them at this stage to try and get themselves back in until they get heroic. So you might as well do exactly what they're doing. Match them up, stack them up, gain advantage, try not to die to Deathwing as Track 6. She's playing hyper aggro and is trying to stop that from happening by just bullying Deccan out. Sorry, Medivh out.
Here comes a bush engage and a camp steal. Both teams in the bushes looking for that engage. Here comes the stun onto Lunara. And Dingo is sitting on the point. That slowing Sands zoning out the rest of Cloud of Mine, so they get to keep their siege camp there. That could have been bad. That could have gone poorly for either team.
Dingo going in once again. This time gets taunted, but there was a good force of will and a leap of faith. Nicely done. The protection from the side of Lowered Expectations is really helping them out here, considering that Cloud & Mines have built very, very heavily into a single wombo combo burst. They're able to intercept that with that Force of Will, with that Leap of Faith. They've got a good counter here, but there's a lot of damage over time coming from Lunara, which is causing a lot of problems.
Yeah, you got a lot of poison damage, a lot of fire damage, and sometimes they get mixed together, and you set people on fire that you think maybe was just poison. We are up to 35 stacks on Medivh, though. I think Medivh gets it.
It's definitely doable. It's going to require a big burst engage to stop that from happening in this way, because he's just heading up, looking for that Deathwing now. Portals to help the team rotate. He's in position. That's the big engage used. Gets another 36. Dingo's in trouble. Leaping strikes coming out from Trelena.
Dexter
nice
joining the party.
game.
But is getting turned on, is going to be able to make it out, though. Nice distraction there. Oh, 38.
They're holding. It's almost done. Be careful, Devo.
Don't lose the stacks. Next shrine open in 19 seconds down here in the bottom lane. There is the bruiser camp available to be taken, but we're gonna see Cloud of Mines kind of post up here on the bottom objective. Maybe get a little bit more siege damage in the lane. Cassia's coming down though, gonna meet up with the rest of the team.
We're gonna make this a 5v5, both teams with their heroics. It is going to be but a bellowing roar for that Deathwing, so they have a consistent, always available mosh interrupt. Cassia getting chased down, needs to stay under the fort for the best chance of staying alive, not run up and above. Also will blocks on the poison. They've also completed the whale. That healing over time will actually neutralize a fair amount of the poison, as opposed to being very reliant on that activatable heal with that inner light at level 4. So that played the whale could help them out a lot here.
Oh my goodness. That was a bold dive there by Clouded Mines, and a good escape by Lowered Expectations. Only one kill so far. We are 8 minutes in. Medivh just needs one more stack. Oh, it does have it. This is
complete. Time to feed.
Yes, indeed. It's so hard to fight in down onto this dragon, though. It's just really hard for Lowered Expectations to go in, but they're gonna do it. Down comes the ley line, and there's the Valkyrie and the Mosh, and they do get the kill on Lunar. They're looking for Star Knight. They're trying to get that kill. Taunt comes out. Star Knight's super low. Here comes the Cataclysm. I gotta back out. Oh my goodness.
They're trying to chase down Kale fast. They get the kill onto Ruffian. You can see the charge coming back in from KC to try and save it, but work it out. They did mess up the combo a tiny bit, Valkyrieing someone out of the mosh. The mosh was interrupted, but a well-timed Valkyrie hitting right as the, well-timed Light Bomb hitting right as the mosh pit finished. They turned that into a really solid fight. Draxix is gonna have to leave. This is gonna be an objective, going over to Lowered Expectations.
This is something that they could use right now. Casey trying to pester, trying to annoy, and try to get them distracted while the big dragon is going to be hitting you with big old flames. But this Frozen Punisher will go over to Lower Expectations, and we'll see if they're able to push with it and get some value.
Sneaky Medivh setting them up very, very nicely.
Here comes the lead. And the Valkyrie. not gonna quite hook anybody. It looked like a good Valkyrie though. It's not quite centered enough. I thought it was gonna pull someone in.
As did I. As did I. Speaking of in, we're not seeing them go. We're seeing lower expectations. They're just going to play defensively. The Punisher was low, even though it's a frozen Punisher. It did disable the forts. They don't feel confident enough to go in yet. They'd rather just soak to level 13. They don't have Medivh with them. Wisp sees absolutely everything. That's a good face melt, but that's a Deathwing. Light Bomb stuns out KC, but the lurking arm on Dingo is doing far too much. Trilada is just all the way in the back line, and that's a very successful invade.
Nice camp steal there. I could see lowered expectations trying to get that 13, but there was vision on Medivh up in the top hand lane, and they said, hey, you know what? We have numbers. We already got Traxxas in the air to land on that camp. Let's go for it. And that silence from Star Knight is just really hard to fight into.
So little they can do without fighting as a group. It's just very little. It's repercussion. Leyline is kind of their save to deal with that Deathwing. Wasn't available this time. Push forward for that Underwing, gives a bit of move speed. There is Leyline. Doesn't steal the camp from
So close. A very brazen attempt, and I like it. A very bold move, Cotton, and almost getting that camp. I love that play.
Right laner positioning just off to the side, not getting hit by that Leyline, able to save it, but that was ballsy, and we like it as we see the camp cleared away. Bot still has to be dealt with as well. Plenty of time before the next objective. But this game, very even. 2 kills to 2, both teams level 13, although 14 is just about to be hit for Clouded Minds. The only really noticeable difference is the building. Still 2 forts down for lowered expectations, but they have put a lot of pressure onto bot fort.
Indeed. Lowered expectations just going to clear out this camp in the safe way that they can. They have that vision from Medivh, and they do see that Traxxas is top. But at this point, you know, the XP is so close. One big fight could turn the course of this game. But it's so close. They're both really, really, really close.
It's a Martian Leyline. There's always a chance for lowered expectations in this game. Our expectations shall not be lowered. We shall keep our expectations high for.
Indeed. Yeah, a Leyline into a Mosh, that could be devastating.
Let's see if they can pull it off. They've worked their way through the Fallen Shaman. Mid, getting cleaned out. A little bit of extra pressure down there. Portals will allow them to rotate in as Varian will finish stacking that Lion's Maw.
Fujin says lowered expectations are raising mine. Is this allowed? Absolutely.
If team names had to be literal, then my team would have been disqualified a long time ago for taking slightly longer than 40 seconds to feed.
Here comes the Light Bomb! Light Bomb, but Traxxas is coming out, and there's a lurking out, but there is a big Leyline into the slowing sands. My goodness. But it's going to be lowered expectations. Have to drop back. They're taking too much damage, Tetcher.
Very nicely done, interrupting that mosh pit, and Traxxas getting in the way of all those Chromie shots till they have Pierce. That's gonna be a problem. Valkyrie trying to focus KC. Face melt. The fear, though, shuts it down again. Both these teams battling back and forth, not giving each other an inch.
Engage, counter engage, engage, counter engage. It's so good and so well executed. Both these teams doing a fantastic job in these team fights. Oh my goodness. Here comes the next engage. Dingo is taking a lot of damage. It's gonna have to start backing up. Devo is trying to get to the portal, makes it in time, does get stunned by Deathwing, and here comes the flames. Gonna pop and protect, and is gonna make it back. Oh my goodness, that was scary.
There's so much sustain coming out from the members of Lowered Expectations, but they gotta turn it into something eventually. Taunt comes out, Mosh Pit is good, grabbing up, shuts it down, and this time Dingo falls. Dexter barely makes it out through the portal. The anti-healing of Varian really shutting down Malfrix there, and they're getting so close in these fights, but in this case, again, the Mosh getting interrupted. The positioning of Ruffian has been so good to prevent those big hard engages, and of course Deathwing always ready to shut it down, especially now they have that level 13, the Ruination, reducing the cooldown of apparently the stun is called Earth Shatter by 6 seconds, really allowing them to make sure they have that interrupt ready.
Oh my goodness. Yep, and there's the Mortar Punisher. It's gonna be marching down the top lane. Gonna grab a quick cheeky siege camp there to try to push that lane out a little bit. This top fort is just getting shredded. And this Mortar Punisher is looking to slap some booties with a jump.
So themselves up. Dingo is in. Oh, Devo!
Oh.
Devo tried to delay, but he gets caught out. Dingo was the one who needed to pull. Devo just one slight overstep, trying to just get a poke in. Believe they were out of range, just unlucky there. Dingo gonna pull it this time, tanking through. The damage output is so high. Leap of Faith has been burned, so no cleanse available. They lose the ETC and this keep is doomed, but can they save the game?
The Punisher is down to 43%, but there's 3 down as Cassia dies as well, and I don't know, this core is gonna be real tough to defend. Here comes another big leap and another kill onto Chromie. Oh my goodness, Cataclysm is dropped, and this core is dropping fast. Last-ditch effort for a light bomb, but Malfrex can't do enough. And this is going to be a 2-0 going over to Clouded Minds. GG, well played.
Very nicely done. They will move on to the next round of the playoffs. Really looking so strong in these matchups. Clouded Minds will make their way forward to face off again. See if they have a result yet. The winner of Vibe Check versus Puns Upon a Time.
That's right. I haven't checked those scores, but I believe that was Fujin's game. So as soon as that gets reported, then, well, you know, it was live cast. So if you don't want to know the outcome of that game, close your ears right now for 10 seconds. Has it been reported, Tetcher?
No.
Okay. Well, that won't do any good for me to ask Fujin to tell us in chat because you can't close your eyes.
You can whisper one of us.
Whisper, Tetcher, sweet nothings.
Whisper me the result. And then we will tell you to close your ears so that we can give spoilies.
Indeedies. All right, so this was this game was a little bit shorter, but there was a lot less death in this game, a lot less team fighting, a lot of hard engages, but really great escapes and defensive plays by both teams. So that was really fun to watch, where you thought there's no way someone can survive all these heroic abilities going off at once or in quick succession, and really it turned out they could. So a lot of great counter engage play from both teams.
Absolutely, and so much of that seemed to come down to the fact that Lowered Expectations had so much sustain. They were just impossible to kill. But it didn't matter at the end because they had all that sustain, but they didn't have enough kill potential with just Cassia and Chromie because there was just a big old dragon blocking everything. Cassia doesn't get a percentage damage until level 16, which they did hit, but only at the end of the game. And Chromie doesn't get pierced, which would allow them to deal with that Deathwing and just shoot past them until level 18. They just didn't have the tools equipped to try and get past that big Deathwing in the way and that Varian with Shield Wall blocking all the shots.
Yeah, and that Tychus ban I think was a really good strategy from Clouded Minds, because that could have maybe thrown a wrench into Clouded Minds' plan with the Deathwing. But either way, this Clouded Minds is a very, very strong team, and I think Lowered Expectations showed up and gave us a great set of games.
Absolutely. And also, if you don't want to hear the results of the other game, please close your ears for the next 10 seconds.
Go!
Give you a couple seconds. Puns Upon a Time seem to have beaten Vibe Check.
All right,
so it'll be Clouded Minds versus Puns Upon a Time.
Very good. All right, and then welcome back if it's been like 5 seconds.
Hello.
Hello. All right.
Greetings.
So greetings. Welcome back, my friends. All right, so we are going to have an interview from Clouded Minds. I hear that we are going to hear from Ruffian and Traxix, I am told. They're probably waiting for us.
Weenus.
Yes.
Chicken me.
I will chicken you. Should I turn that on now? I wonder what that... Can I put the chickens over you? Maybe
Oh, God.
I can.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm sure I
waiting for them
can.
to appear. Do it.
Chickens. Go, chickens,
wanna...
go. Slowly,
Oh,
the
God.
chickens. Summoning chickens. Summoning
back.
the chickens. Cover
Stay
this
back.
man in
Stay
blockability. Alrighty, I will see you in the NGS Discord.
See you over there.
Okay. Hello, ladies, and congratulations for the Clouded Minds 2-0 domination this evening in round 1 of the playoffs. How y'all feeling?
Hi. Great.
Yeah, amazing. Really good.
Excellent, excellent. We're, you know, I'm just gonna right out the gate. When Lowered Expectations got first blood in game number 1, early down in the bottom lane. Were you thinking, oh no? Did that worry you at all?
It concerned me that I was gonna have a hard time against Tychus. You know, I thought I could fight him. He did a great job. He walked away with like a sliver of health, and I thought I could just pull it out, and I didn't. And you know, it made me reevaluate how I wanted to. I thought I could just, you know, go toe to toe, and I was like, all right, maybe I just need to play a little safer.
It's pretty startling for the 4-man. We're not used to our offlaner going down. We were like, what do we do?
Indeed. Yeah, well played by lowered expectations in both of these games. You are a tough opponent to go up against, but it was fun to see great play by both teams. Star Knight, thank you for the 4,500 bits. You are too kind. And Tiger, thank you for the 333 bits. Okay, so, ladies, what are your expectations going into the rest of the playoffs? Have you heard? Well, we won't talk about your opponent.
No, don't tell us because we're gonna watch it. We don't want to know.
Won't say anything. Watch that before you watch. Well, actually, if you go back and watch this cast, we give you a 10-second to mute yourself. So, anyways,
okay.
What? Maybe if you don't know your opponent, what's your mindset going into the rest of the playoffs at this point after winning? You know, the first wave.
You know, just because we've been undefeated doesn't mean we're not taking every single team completely serious. Every game is a new tournament to us. Like, we are putting just as much effort into you know, this last match with lowered expectations. We put just as much effort in scouting them out and trying to make a plan as we did going against TSRG Knights a few weeks ago when they were undefeated. Like, we're treating every team like they are an undefeated team who could kick our butts at any point in time.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. It's good to not get cocky and, you know, have everything in perspective and really nail things down and be prepared. So it sounds like you are prepared to do that. Tetcher, do you have any questions so far?
I do. I wanted to ask about game number 1. There was a lot of tank choking coming in here with you guys playing your first Anubarak of the season. Were you aware there was going to be that big of a tank choke? Were you prepared, and how prepared were you for it?
Well, we never know who's gonna get choked. So it just ended up being KP this time.
Sounds like a party I want to go to.
Right? And the Anu made sense because we saw the double mage. Of course, we didn't know they were gonna pick up the Tychus. That wasn't ideal, but you know, with what we saw at the time in the draft, it made sense.
Hell yeah. Makes sense to me.
Plus, it's a surprise. Like, as Tetra said, it hadn't been played in the regular season. So, I guess a follow-up question to that is, how many other, you know, pocket plans do you have to pull out? Wow, I don't know how I avoided saying something unfortunate there. For another game like in the future, do you have a lot of secret strats that you are holding on to?
I wouldn't say we have secret strats, but there are definitely more heroes that we can play than what we have shown. I'm not going to say which heroes we play.
Please tell me your complete strategy moving forward on Twitch, you know, so that everyone else can know. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, honestly, we play a vast variety that we haven't shown, and we kind of did that. So, you know, you can try to choke Casey, you can try to choke me, you can try to choke anybody on our team, but we'll just pull something else out that you didn't know we played. So I think that going forward, maybe teams will see that we can play things we haven't shown, and maybe they will not try to choke one person.
I mean, but even if they do, I mean, we feel like we're flexible enough to where if something unusual happens in the draft, in this case, the double mage was a little unusual. You know, that we're able to make an adjustment, and that's important to us to be able to make an adjustment late in the draft, depending on what we're seeing. Yeah.
Very
definitely
good.
shows in your statistics where you have actually a pretty average amount of heroes played, but 11 of them you have only played once, and it really shows that you have that flexibility. So cool to see, cool to hear.
And I did hijack your question. Sorry about that, Tetra. Back to you. Do you have anything else about game 1 that you want to talk about?
Not about game 1, other than who was making the shot calls for the fight down in bot lane where you managed to cocoon the Orphea, and unfortunately she escaped.
Sorry, I'm just laughing because if you would have heard in our comms, Casey was like, I'm sorry. Like, I know. Clearly that wasn't planned.
Makes sense. All right.
Thank you, Jinxie, for the sub and the 69 bits. Launch us right into game number 2. Tetra, do you have any questions about game number 2?
So game number 2, they brought out the Medivh. They stuck with a single frontliner again, but the Medivh did seem to give you a little bit of trouble as you went. And also, you guys did end up picking the Deathwing again. Deathwing into Medivh is a matchup that allows Medivh to stack very quickly, and Leyline can be a problem for Deathwing. How did that matchup feel for you?
I don't think I personally, I was very conscious of that because there's only a few things that actually affect Deathwing, like Ice Wall and Leyline, and I said that going in as soon as he picked Leyline that, okay guys, that one does affect me. So I tried to stay as far away from the rest of the team, so he was either only Leylining me or he was gonna Leyline them, and I could hopefully survive long enough and peel for anybody who didn't get stuck in it. I honestly went the Deathwing because of the ETC. I didn't want him to get a mosh pit. You know, I wanted to try to keep him from locking down my squishies as much as possible. Medivh definitely was something we weren't prepared for in the sense of like we weren't expecting it, but you know, again, we kind of just adjusted to what we needed to do to hopefully pull out the win, and then we did.
I just wanted to add, I thought that was really smart draft.
Yes.
I lowered expectations. So kudos on that, you guys. That definitely caused us some issues. You know, that ley line into the mosh was scary. The fact that, you know, the ley line could catch our Deathwing. The fact that we always had to be like, spread out, look out for the ley line. And it's not a hero we play against like super often. I think that was a brilliant pick for them.
Definitely.
Did it mess you up at all when Sylvanas and Sonya were banned against you? Was that part of your drafting strategy that you had to readjust to in game number 2?
I actually wanted Deathwing in game number 2, so I was the whole time I was like, please don't ban Deathwing, please don't ban Deathwing. But you know, I don't play Sonya. I haven't played Sonya and NGS very, very often. So well, I guess we played it in the first game, but I was expecting the Deathwing ban again because I've played it so much. So.
I mean, the Sonya ban wasn't really that much of a surprise because I mean, she's really good on that map, especially.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
In general, but I mean, especially on shrines, like she's so good, you know.
Indeed. Did you have any other questions about game number 2, Tetcher?
No, I think you covered that pretty well. That was just really solid play. It was nice to see some talent adjustments for what they were running. So yeah, good job.
Did either of you ladies have a favorite point in the match this evening in either of the games?
Like probably at the I can't really think of anything too specific other than at the end of game 1 when we realized we had it, like that feeling of like it's a playoff game, and like Trax was saying, you know, like we put a lot of work into every match, no matter who our opponent is. So we were definitely feeling antsy and like, you know, those like butterflies in your stomach before you play situation. And we were really excited. And that moment where you're like, oh, we did it, you know, like just felt amazing.
Excellent. All right. Now some silly questions. I'm going to think of one. Tetcher, you try to think of one. If you don't have one, that's okay. But I'm going to start. Ladies, if you had to smell strongly of one food item for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Strawberries.
That's a good answer. All Ruffin can think of is tacos. No! Something else. Tacos. No.
I was gonna answer vanilla, but then I realized that wasn't a food item, that was a flavor. So
vanilla bean
a vanilla latte.
Okay, very nice. No bacon, no popcorn. All right, understandable. That's probably That's probably something that I would pick, and dumb. Tetra, do you have a silly question for these ladies?
Absolutely. If you could get, so this is you have to, yeah, you could do something, but, so you are able to get completely free fast food or restaurant quality meals delivered at any point, but after it enters your gut and all side effects post after that, the food turns into the greasiest burritos or tacos from like Taco Bell after you have tasted and eaten it. So you have to deal with the side effects from that. Would you do it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I would too. I mean, I'm already eating greasy burritos, so.
Yeah, you're talking about free food. Food is expensive, like.
It is.
Man.
Expensive to live.
You know, I don't see a downside here.
Casey Court says, I like the peach.
I like the peach.
So just got to play that. Very good. All right. Do you ladies have any shout outs before we let you get on out of here?
Heck yeah, we do. Go ahead, Drac.
Okay, well, I obviously want to shout out Lowered Expectations. I'm sure Rufy is going to as well. They did really well. Like she said, that Medivh was brilliant. We were not expecting that. Very good job. In the first game, the Orphea did some work. I was trying to catch her at points, and she was being very slippery and very annoying. So that's a good thing. So good job to you guys. Shout out to my team. I appreciate and love everybody on Clouded Minds. We work so well together, and I'm very happy to have found this team. Shout out to Tetra and Weenus, because best casters ever, you know. We expect to be covered the whole rest of the playoffs by both of you now. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, sorry, I'll let you go, Ruffian. I just wanted to say, don't watch game 1 then, because all my overlays are garbage. So I apologize for that, and please, Ruffian, your turn.
Oh yeah, of course I echo Weenus and Tetra. We were so excited when we heard you were picking up our match. Thank you so much for taking the time to do that. We love watching you guys cast like other teams, and when you cast us, it's like even better. So thank you for that. Yeah, even better. Lowered Expectations, you guys played awesome. I just wanted to shout out to Spudmax, who I happened to see typed into your Twitch chat. Hopefully we showed up better this round. You guys played awesome. Like we played you guys, I think week 2, and I definitely see a lot of improvement for your team. You guys should be like really proud of yourselves. I mean, you've definitely come a long way since the first time we played you. So keep it up, and we'll definitely see you guys next season for sure. And thanks for the games. And of course, to my team, you know, thanks for all the work everybody's putting in. And, you know, we couldn't be happier.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, thank you, ladies, so much. We'll look forward to seeing how you progress through the rest of the playoffs. Who will take down the impenetrable no maps drop Clouded Minds, or will they make it all the way? We'll have to see.
First team to do so if they do.
All right, ladies. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you later.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right. I'm gonna call you back, Tetra. And we'll have you be attacked by chickens for a second.
They're in a hurry.
I don't know what I'm singing. Maybe we'll just leave the chickens on.
That is hot stuff.
Malfrex says, thanks for casting Moist Weenus and Tetra. Of course, thank you for putting on such an awesome show this evening. Spudmax says, thank you. This was our first season. Hey, well done. For your first season, it's always, you know, you always got to figure things out, and you did an excellent job. And you made it to playoffs in your first season. I definitely didn't do that. It was like 3 seasons, and then finally, it's like, oh, finally I made it. So, you know, don't be down. You guys played great. Thanks for coming out and putting on a great show. Thank you for the raid, IceX. We are winding down with this 2-0 domination from Div D West. We are just on our way out, so apologize for that. But Tetra, thank you so much for joining me. I always have a great time, and you were very, very gracious to cast with me. So thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it.
Heck yeah, I love doing it. They said cast with you for every one of their games, and I am sorely tempted.
Yes. Can you do an evil laugh?
Nope, apparently not. I can do a witch cackle.
Okay. Oh, that's really good. I love that. I just can't get it out of my head, but the KT laugh that he sometimes does, and it's just so goofy. He's like, like when he's like walking. It's like whenever he thinks he's made a good play, sometimes his voice line is just like, and you're like, what? Anyways,
better than white maid laughs.
Yeah, I can't. It just sounds like a witch every time I do it.
Turning into mania.
It is. Thank you, Ruffian, for the 69 bits. Tetcher, do you have any shout outs before we move on out? You can follow Tetcher on Twitter at Tetcher, and then on Twitch at twitch.tv/Tetcher. But any shout outs from you, my friend?
Check me out on those things, but also on YouTube, where I make shows and things. Heroes Global Quiz is returning at some point in the next few weeks. I've nearly finished the episode. I wanted to wait until CCL was up and starting. And also for Stormwatch, the new show with me and Jixie. Jixie is hosting this week's episode, so that'll be up tomorrow. So youtube.com/Tetcher to say that, and shout out to you for having me on once again. Shout out to Cloud of Minds and Lowered Expectations, and shout out to my team when we have our first playoff match this week. So hopefully we win.
When is your match? When does that happen?
I don't remember. Give me 5 seconds.
All right, very good. Yeah, you guys should check out Stormwatch and all the other content on Tetcher's channel. It's really cool. If you're into Heroes of the Storm content, it's a short video that covers like all the major happenings in Heroes of the Storm on a league or on a high-end scale. So it covers Master Clash, CCL. We've got Storm Division. I know there's something I'm missing in there.
Heroes Lounge.
Heroes Lounge, yes. So there's a lot of good stuff, and it's a short way to like be on the level of what's happening in the Heroes of the Storm community. So check that out. Okay, did you find your match?
Yes, it's Wednesday. We play Wednesday.
It's Wednesday at 9 p.m. 6 PDT though, 9 EDT. All right, so make sure and follow that
the next
that game.
day for me at 2 a.m. Hurrah.
Not AM, PM. Oh my goodness, 6 PDT AM. That sounds gross. But anyways, we're gonna get on out of here. Thank you so much. Thanks everybody for hanging out in chat and being here. Thank you for all the bits. Thank you for the raids. Thank you for the subs and all the things and just being here and having fun. Oh my goodness. It looks like we had a wacky wavy boy redemption an hour ago. Oh, and I missed it. All right, well we're gonna have to do.
Scandal.
We're gonna have to do that real quick, and then we can get out of here. Just going to. Where's my power cord? I need to power my wacky wavy boy. Oh no! Oh, I have it plugged into something else.
You must power the whack, or otherwise it is whack.
All right. I'm gonna turn off the lights. Alexa, turn off the man cave lights. We're gonna get the wacky wavy boy going. There he is.
That was called the man cave.
By the way, I can automatically activate your lawnmower and cause all kinds of funky things. All right, here we go. There we go. All right, we got the wacky wavy boy going.
Noi.
Oh yeah. Plus with the chickens, you kind of get everything together. Love to see it. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for putting up with me being kind of crazy. Hope to see you guys continuing into Season 11 and to Season 12 when we launch that out. But make sure when this season ends, there's going to be some in-between time. There's some things you should check out. We're probably going to do some between-season events and then check out everything else that's going on in the community with Valkymer and CCS. And you also have the Zul'jin Distillery. So there's plenty of stuff happening when playoffs are over as well. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thanks, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful evening. These were your teams. We will see you later.
shall be your shield.
Blessing upon friends!
Hell, it's about damn time.
We are steadfast in the face of peril.
Don't underestimate a Nephilim.
Stormwind honors those who serve.
This is only the beginning of our journey.
My wrath shall not be quenched.
Your deeds bring honor to us all.
By steel or fang, we will prevail.
Not even death can save you from me.
This could be the last fight. We'll see what happens. Here comes a big grapple bomb, catching so many members. Down goes Misha, down goes Rexar, and Anduin. Deep Cherrywood is next. Down goes Varian.
Kazagerosh, yes you can. APOC coming out. There we go. Big combo. Ring of Frost in the backline, catching 3. The Deathwing coming up from the heavens.
Wrecking maximum thrust. But anyone is kind of zoning in the backline, but with Traxx arriving, this fight is over. The Molten Breath to finish the job.
Mark onto Ruffian in the back. Here comes the mech explosion. Acid. Oh, down goes Brightwing. Down goes Sonya, and it's bad news being stuck into that slowing sands. Down will go May. Down goes Varian. It's a quad kill for Clouded Minds.
Beautiful silences coming out from the Elrak. Really amazing.
Gonna have to swipe to give them a little room. Crushing Jaws catches 2. Big damage. The pull from Anduin almost gets Grenade out, but it's not quite gonna be enough. They get
Beautiful town coming out from the Varian once again. Mazino kind of in trouble right now. He dies, not having his souls.
Oh, but Anduin is under assault there. As Dexter gets in, gets the kill, now trying to get away, but takes a Furious out, now jumping back in. Dexter dancing all over this fight, gets the triple kill, and looking for more against Yatre.
Looks like Red Team is doing triple kill.